Alright y'all, welcome back to the channel and to another turkey pattern test here. And today we're bringing back out some of the Rogue 410 ammunition here. It's 27/32 ounce of number 9s going 1100 feet per second. If you haven't seen the first video we tested these Rogue 410 shells, they did pretty well out of that Mossberg 500 with the stock extra full 380 choke. So I'm really curious to see what we can do with them today. Now for the setup, we got again the Mossberg 500 410 turkey, but this time I threw in the Carlson's heavyweight TSS choke. That's a 385 constriction choke, so it's a little bit more on the open side than the stock choke is, being 385 versus 380. So will these Rogue shells perform a little bit better with a little bit more open constriction like a 385? Or do they like that little bit tighter constriction like a 380 stock choke in that gun gave us? I'll leave a card above if you haven't seen the initial video of us testing that. You might want to go over there and take a peek real quick just to get a baseline as for where we started with these shells. They definitely performed pretty good, but I think we could still do a little bit of tuning on them, which is where this 385 Carlson's comes into play. But all in all, they've shown good results so far, so I have a feeling we're going to see some good results today. But as usual, the turkey target is set up over here at 40 yards away from the bench. So let's take these Rogue 27/32 ounce of 9s back there and run them through this Carlson's 385 and see what kind of results we can get down there on the paper. All right, we're all set up back at the bench here at 40 yards. So let's run these Rogue 9-shot 27/32 ounce payload 410 shells through this Mossberg 500 410 with the Carlson's 385 heavyweight TSS choke and see what they can put down there on the paper. All right, y'all, so this is what we got out of that Rogue and the Carlson's 385 choke. That's pretty tight there across that core area. Now, yes, there are a couple of these flyers around the edge here, but overall, I like that. Now, one thing I do notice is I wouldn't necessarily call them voids or anything, maybe just a little bit of splotchiness or so, I guess you might call it. Right here in the core, there's a couple areas that don't have a pellet or two in them, but it's definitely not the end of the world for that pattern at all. That's definitely a turkey killer at 40 yards, no doubt about it. And I definitely think that that Carlson's 385 choke helped this load out just a little bit. It condensed some of those closer to flyers that we saw out of the other stock extra full. So it seems like this Rogue stuff might do a little bit better with a little bit more open constriction. Maybe we should try and run it in that Winchester 391 full choke that I have for the gun and see, since that is even a little bit more open constriction than this 385, how they do in that. But as for this pattern, I don't have a whole lot to complain about here. That'll absolutely take your turkey out to 40 yards, no doubt about it. Maybe I'm being a little bit picky, but I still think we can tune this in to be just a slight bit more even than what it is. It's got those tiny little gaps in the middle. I wouldn't even call them voids because a turkey is not going to walk through that. It's definitely something that has caught my eye, a little bit of splotchiness in this pattern, which somebody else commented in the last test as well, that it was a little bit on the splotchy side. I really can't knock this for too much. For a 410 at 40 yards like that, it'll absolutely hammer a turkey. All right, well, what do y'all think about it? I definitely am liking what I'm seeing so far out of these Rogue shells. They've definitely been performers from both the stock choke and now this new Carlson's 385 choke. I don't really have too much to complain about with them. We do see a few flyers here and there, a couple little tiny splotchiness bits here and there in the middle, but you can't really complain too much or ask for a whole lot better than that, in my opinion, out of a 410 anyway. That is more than good enough to take out in the woods turkey hunting. But I still think we can tune that in to be just a little bit more even. Now, could we run them through the 391 constriction full choke that I have for that gun and see a little bit better results? Maybe so. If you want to see that, leave me a comment down below and let me know, and I'll bring them back out here and test them through that choke as well. But as for this pattern today, I don't really have a whole lot to complain about. It'll absolutely take you a turkey, no doubt about it. And for you guys that have subscribed and come in every day to watch the videos, thank y'all. And what do you guys want to see going forward here as far as content goes? I'm always going to be doing turkey pattern testing throughout the season, but as we get into summer here, I was thinking about moving into some more rifle, maybe accuracy testing or ballistic drop at longer ranges or anything like that, as well as maybe some handgun stuff, other shotgun stuff, maybe patterning your budget like Walmart shells for upland game type hunting, dove, pheasants, that kind of thing. But leave me a comment and let me know if there's something that you guys would like to see me test out, and I'll see what I can do as far as testing it goes. But thank y'all again for sticking around and subscribing and watching the channel every day. I really do appreciate it. But on that note, I've got another pattern test to do real quick before I've got some stuff to get done this afternoon. So stick around because there's plenty more tests coming. And with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next one.